I want to describe a feeling, and I want you to tell me if you know it.
Go ahead.
It is Friday evening, or the end of your last working day, and you walk through your door, and you put your bag down, and you just stop.
Yes, that stop. I know that stop.
Everything that was moving all week suddenly has permission to be still. Your shoulders drop, your jaw unclenches, your breath goes a little deeper.
And you think, I made it. Another week. I actually made it through.
And you do not want to do anything important. You do not want to make any decisions. You do not want to be productive or efficient or organized.
You just want to exist somewhere comfortable and quiet and safe.
Write yes in the comments right now if you know exactly what this feeling is. Just the word yes. That is all.
Because today, we are talking about that feeling. Rest. Relaxation. What you do after a long week. And we are going to give you the real natural English to describe it.
Not textbook English. Not I rested on the weekend. The real English that native speakers actually use when they talk about switching off, winding down, and taking care of themselves.
And while you learn the English, you are also going to think about your own relationship with rest, with downtime, with doing nothing, or doing exactly what you want.
Because rest is not just a topic for an English lesson. It is something every single one of us needs, and most of us are not getting enough of.
Stay with us.
I'm Emma.
I'm Max. This is Real Life English, the podcast. Let's go.
Okay, let us start with the week itself, because before you can talk about relaxing, you need to be able to describe what you are relaxing from.
The long week. And in English, there are so many ways to describe a hard and exhausting week.
The most common one is, it has been a long week. And this phrase is interesting because the week was not actually longer than any other week. 7 days. Same as always.
But it felt longer. It felt heavier. There was more in it, more pressure, more effort, more of everything.
So long here does not mean duration. Duration means the length of time something lasts. Long here means emotionally and physically heavy.
And we use this phrase constantly in real English. How are you? It has been a long week. How was work? Long week, honestly.
Another phrase. I am completely drained.
Drained is such a good word. Drained means all your energy has been taken out, like water draining from a bath. There is nothing left.
You did not just get tired. You got drained. Every last bit of energy. Gone.
And you can be physically drained, or emotionally drained, or both at the same time.
Which is the worst combination?
The absolute worst. Another phrase, I am running on empty.
Running on empty. This is a beautiful expression. Running on empty means you are still moving, still functioning, still doing what needs to be done, but you have nothing left inside. The tank is empty. You are running on nothing.
Like a car that is almost out of fuel. It is still moving, but any moment now.
Any moment. And most people who have had a genuinely long week know this feeling exactly. You are still showing up, still answering emails, still being responsible, but inside, empty.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You were completely drained, running on empty, and yet you kept going. Because you had to.
And that is why the end of the week matters so much, because the tank needs to be filled again.
And how you fill it, that is the whole conversation. Okay, so the week is over. You are home. You are drained. Now what?
The first thing most people need to do is switch off.
Switch off means to mentally stop working, to disconnect from work mode, to let your brain leave the office even if your body already has.
And this is harder than it sounds, because the body can leave the office, but the mind does not always follow.
You are at home, on the sofa, cup of tea in hand, and your brain is still running the meeting from this afternoon, still writing the email you need to send Monday, still worrying about the thing that is not finished.
The body is resting, but the mind is still at work.
And that is not rest. That is just working in a different location.
Decompress is another word for this. Decompress means to release the pressure that has been building up, like taking a deep breath after holding it for a long time.
You need time to decompress after a hard week, to let the pressure out slowly, to come back to yourself.
And different people decompress in completely different ways. And all of them are valid.
Some people need silence, total silence. No talking, no noise, no demands from anyone.
Some people need movement, a walk, a run, something physical that clears the head.
Some people need company, being around people they love, laughter, good food, a real conversation.
And some people need to do absolutely nothing, completely nothing. Lie on the sofa and stare at the ceiling and let time pass without any agenda.
Agenda means a list of things to do. Having no agenda means there is nothing you are supposed to be doing right now. Nothing is required. You are just being.
And that just being is something a lot of people have forgotten how to do.
Because we live in a culture that tells us if you are not being productive, you are wasting time.
And that belief is exhausting and wrong.
Rest is not wasting time. Rest is what makes everything else possible.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You sat down to rest and almost immediately felt guilty, like you should be doing something, like the rest was a mistake.
That guilt is the culture talking, not the truth.
The truth is, you earned this. The week was long, the tank is empty, the rest is not optional. It is necessary.
And you are allowed to just be, without agenda, without productivity, without justification.
Full stop. Okay, let us talk about what people actually do to relax, because this is where the vocabulary gets really rich and really real.
And I want to share some of my actual things first, because I think honesty makes this more useful.
Please.
After a long week, the first thing I do when I get home is change my clothes.
This is so important, and nobody talks about it.
It is a ritual. Ritual means a set of actions done regularly in the same way that signals something important. Changing clothes after work is a ritual that tells your body that part of the day is over. This is a different mode now.
Work clothes come off, comfortable clothes go on, and something in your nervous system relaxes.
Cozy is the word for this. Cozy means warm, comfortable, and safe. A cozy jumper, a cozy evening, a cozy corner of the sofa.
Cosy is one of the most useful words for talking about relaxation in English. Everything good about a relaxing evening can be described as cosy.
Then I make something warm to drink. Tea, coffee, hot chocolate. It does not matter what. The act of making it is part of the winding down.
Wind down. Wind down means to gradually slow from busy to calm. Like a clockwork toy running out of energy. You wind down.
And I sit somewhere comfortable. Not at a desk, not anywhere that feels like work. Somewhere soft. Somewhere that says, nothing is required of you here.
And then?
And then, honestly, sometimes I just sit there, doing nothing, holding the warm cup, looking at nothing in particular.
And that is enough.
That is enough. What about you?
After a long week, I need what I call a soft landing. Soft landing means arriving somewhere gently, without jarring, without sudden change, like a plane landing smoothly instead of crashing down.
And what does your soft landing look like?
I try not to make any decisions in the first hour after a long week ends. Not even small ones. Not even, what should we eat? My brain is too empty for decisions.
The decision fatigue is real.
Decision fatigue means the exhaustion that comes from making too many decisions. And after a full week of choices and judgments and problem solving, the brain needs a complete break from deciding anything.
So no decisions for the first hour.
No decisions. Then I usually watch something light. Nothing heavy. Nothing that requires emotional investment or concentration.
Light here means easy, not demanding, not intense. Something that entertains without requiring effort.
Something I can watch with my brain half switched off and still enjoy.
A comfort show. Comfort show means a series or film you have probably seen before. That you watch not because it is new or surprising, but because it is familiar and safe and warm.
Like an old friend you can just sit with, without having to make conversation.
That is exactly what it is.
And sometimes I cook something. Not for the nutrition, not because I have to, but because cooking slowly, with music and no rush, is genuinely meditative for me.
Meditative means having a calm, focused, almost peaceful quality. Like meditation, but through an activity.
Some people find cooking meditative. Others find it stressful. Both are completely valid.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You had something you always did after a hard week. A ritual. A specific thing that said, okay, you are safe now. You can stop.
And if you have not found yours yet, this is worth thinking about. What is your soft landing? What is the thing that tells your body and your mind, the week is done? You made it. Rest now.
Okay, let us get practical with the language. Because you are going to have conversations about this. Someone asks you, so what did you get up to this weekend? Or did you do anything nice? And you want to have more than just, I stayed home.
Because I stayed home is a complete answer. But it is a flat one. It closes the conversation.
And the richer version, The version that sounds natural and confident and interesting uses the vocabulary we have been learning.
So instead of, I stayed home, you could say, I had a quiet one, honestly. I really needed to decompress after the week.
Or, I basically crashed on Friday evening and did not recover until Sunday morning.
Crashed here. Crashed means to suddenly stop and rest from complete exhaustion. You did not sit down calmly. You crashed. Like a computer that finally gives up.
Or, I just had a really cozy weekend. Nothing planned. Just proper rest.
Or, I spent most of Saturday doing absolutely nothing, and I genuinely needed it.
Or, I had a really nice wind down actually. Cooked something slow. Watched something comfortable. Just recharged.
Recharged. Recharged means your energy has been restored. Like plugging in your phone. You recharge it. And in the morning, it is full again.
And you can use this for yourself. I feel recharged. I needed that weekend to recharge.
And there's a beautiful phrase for that feeling on Sunday evening when you feel genuinely rested and ready. You say, I feel refreshed.
Refreshed means feeling new energy and alertness after rest, like you have been reset. Back to a good starting point.
She seems refreshed. I feel refreshed after that holiday. A good night's sleep left him feeling completely refreshed.
And the opposite, the Sunday evening feeling when the rest was not enough, or when the week ahead already feels heavy.
That feeling has a name too. The Sunday scaries. The Sunday scaries means the anxiety that starts on Sunday evening when you begin thinking about the week ahead.
The dread before Monday. The week has not even started, and already the weight is back.
And if you feel this regularly, it is worth noticing, because it often means the rest you are getting is not enough. Or it is not the right kind. Or there is something in the week that needs addressing.
Maybe you know this feeling too. The Sunday scaries. That shadow that falls on Sunday afternoon.
You are not alone. And naming it the Sunday scaries gives you a little distance from it, a little power over it.
Just enough to say, ah, there you are. I know what you are. And I am going to choose how much attention to give you.
Let us go through some of the most useful expressions for talking about relaxation and rest in English, all in natural context.
Expression 1. Take it easy. Take it easy means to relax, to not push yourself, to move slowly and without pressure.
Someone asks, "What are you doing this weekend?" You say, "Just taking it easy. Nothing planned, just resting."
Or someone gives you advice, "You have been working so hard. Take it easy this weekend."
Expression 2. Put your feet up. Put your feet up means to sit or lie down and relax completely. Usually, literally, you actually put your feet up on the sofa or a footstool.
You deserve to put your feet up after the week you had. Or, I am just going to put my feet up and watch something. I have earned it.
Expression 3. Me time. Me time means time that belongs only to you. Time for yourself. Not for work, not for other people, just for you.
I really need some me time this weekend. Or, Saturday morning is my me time. Nobody gets that time.
Expression 4. A lazy day. A lazy day means a day with no plans, no obligations, no schedule, just doing whatever you want. Or nothing at all.
I had a gloriously lazy Sunday. Or, I am planning a proper lazy day on Saturday.
Gloriously, by the way, gloriously means wonderfully and magnificently. A gloriously lazy day. It was glorious. Magnificent in its laziness.
And that is allowed. A gloriously lazy day is a complete success.
Expression 5. Recharge your batteries. Recharge your batteries means to restore your energy, to do the things that fill you back up again.
This weekend I really need to recharge my batteries. Or, a few days in the countryside always recharges my batteries completely.
Expression 6. Switch off. Switch off means to mentally disconnect from work and responsibilities, to stop thinking about things that need doing.
I struggle to switch off after a busy week. Or, the holiday was the first time I truly switched off in months.
Expression 7. Zone out. Zone out means to stop paying attention, to let your mind go blank, to drift into a comfortable emptiness.
I just sat there for an hour zoning out. Nothing specific, just existing. Or, sometimes zoning out in front of the television is exactly what I need.
Expression 8. Catch up on sleep. Catch up on sleep means to sleep more than usual to make up for the sleep you missed during the week.
I am going to catch up on some sleep this weekend. I have been running on so little all week. Or, she caught up on sleep over the long weekend and felt like a completely different person.
Word tour time. Today's vocabulary. And after each one line. One thing to remember.
First, drained. All your energy has been taken out. Nothing left. Example 1. By Friday afternoon, she was completely drained. Not just tired, but empty in a way that sleep barely touched. Example 2. He was emotionally drained after weeks of difficult conversations at work. Remember this, drained is deeper than tired. It means the source itself needs refilling, not just more sleep.
Next, running on empty. Still functioning, but with nothing left inside. Example 1, she had been running on empty for weeks, still showing up, still performing, but nothing left to give. Example 2, the entire team was running on empty by the end of the project. Remember this, running on empty is a warning. The car is still moving, but something needs to change before it stops.
Decompress. To release the pressure that has been building. To transition slowly from high pressure to calm. Example 1. He needed at least an hour to decompress after work before he could be present at home. Example 2. A walk after a difficult day helps me decompress faster than anything else. Remember this, decompressing is not optional. It is how the pressure goes. Without it, the pressure just stays.
Wind down. To gradually slow from busy to calm, the transition from active to restful. Example 1. She had a wind-down routine every night, tea, reading, no screens, and it changed her sleep entirely. Example 2. The whole family wound down together on Friday evenings, a shared ritual that marked the end of the week. Remember this, winding down is a skill. It does not happen automatically. It is something you build.
Cosy. Warm, comfortable, and safe. Describing the feeling of being in a comforting and sheltered environment. Example 1. She made the living room cosy before her friend arrived. Soft lighting, blankets, something warm to drink. Example 2. There is nothing better than a cozy evening at home when it is raining outside. Remember this, cozy is a whole atmosphere. You can create it. With small, deliberate choices, it is available to you any evening.
Recharged. Your energy has been restored. You feel replenished and ready. Example 1. A proper weekend with no obligations left him feeling genuinely recharged for the first time in months. Example 2. Sleep recharged her body, but it was the quiet time alone that recharged her mind. Remember this, different people recharge differently. Knowing what recharges you is not a luxury. It is essential information.
Refreshed. Feeling new energy and alertness after rest. Like being reset. Example 1. She woke up feeling genuinely refreshed. Rested in a way she had almost forgotten was possible. Example 2. Even a 20-minute nap left him feeling surprisingly refreshed and focused. Remember this, refreshed is the goal of rest. Not just less tired, genuinely refreshed. There is a difference.
The Sunday scaries. The anxiety that begins on Sunday evening as the week ahead approaches. Example 1, she recognized the Sunday scaries every week, that shadow that fell around 5 p.m. on Sunday. Example 2, he managed the Sunday scaries by planning something small to look forward to on Monday morning. Remember this, the Sunday scaries are information. They are telling you something about the week ahead or the rest behind. Listen to them.
Meditative. Having a calm, focused, almost peaceful quality. Like a practice that quiets the mind. Example 1. She found gardening meditative. The repetitive work settled her thoughts in a way nothing else did. Example 2. Long walks can be meditative. The body moves and the mind finds a quieter rhythm. Remember this, anything can be meditative if you bring full gentle attention to it. Find your meditative thing. Use it.
And our last word, ritual. A set of actions done regularly in the same way that signals something important to your mind and body. Example 1, his Friday evening ritual, change clothes, make tea, sit in the same chair, told his whole system the week was done. Example 2, rituals are powerful not because of what you do, but because of what they signal. The brain learns, the body follows. Remember this, you do not need a complicated routine. One simple ritual, done consistently, changes everything.
Okay, now it is your turn.
Here is your sentence template for today. Say it out loud. Fill in the blanks with something real, something true for you.
Here it is.
This week was long/hard, draining/exhausting. By the end of it, what I really needed was, and what actually helped me recharge was.
Say it now. Out loud. Your real week. Your real answer.
Pause. Say it. And now, your comment challenge.
Write this in the comment in English.
After a long week, the thing that helps me recharge most is. And this week, I am going to make sure I actually do it.
Write it. Right now. In the comments. In English. One real sentence about your real rest.
Because naming what you need is the first step to actually getting it.
And we read every single comment. Everyone.
We are at the end. And I want to leave you with one thing.
Go ahead.
Rest is not what you do when the work is finished. Rest is what makes the work possible.
Say it again.
Rest is not what you do when the work is finished. Rest is what makes the work possible.
You are not resting because you gave up. You are resting because you are serious about what comes next.
The tank needs to be full. The battery needs to be charged. You cannot pour from an empty cup.
So whatever your week was, long, draining, running on empty, you have permission to rest now.
Not because you earned it perfectly, not because everything is finished.
But because you are human, and humans need rest. And rest is not a reward. It is a requirement.
Your comment homework: write how you recharge after a long week. One sentence. In English. In the comments.
And if this episode gave you something real today, share it with one person. Someone who needs a reminder that rest is not laziness.
Because it never was.
Thank you for being here. I'm Max.
And I'm Emma. Rest well this weekend, and we will see you in the very next episode.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye, everyone.